sit here and get my fat bitch on. And Trollerina here is very, very, very upset. On my video where I talked about JD Sticky Cushions Vance repeating the urban myth that was debunked by CNN, and it's pretty easy to debunk, that says that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio are stealing pets and eating them. That's hard to come out of my mouth because that sounds so absolutely idiotic. But he's very upset because in that video I said you should do your research before you just post something or have verbal diarrhea and repeat something at a campaign rally. Now, Trollerina says, I do my research! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! The Democrats and the liberals want to preach schmecks on our kids at a young age! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! I can't vote for that! Exclamation point! Good Lord and butter, are you okay? You seem really, really tense. I'm worried about you. I'm also tremendously impressed that you did that amount of research. Because there are over 13,000 independent school districts in the United States. You must have researched them all. That's not including private and religious schools. Now, yes, the federal government does give public schools money. But public schools set their own curriculum that is decided with your school board, which is elected. That's part of our democratic process. Now, you're talking about preaching schmecks, which makes no sense. We do have what is called health class. It starts in 4th grade, so the kids are 9 and 10. You will only go to health class if you have a signed permission slip from your adults at home. If you don't have that, you just go to study hall. No problem. No one blinks an eye at you. But I have sat in on these classes. Now, first of all, they're taught by our school nurse, who is an RN. And they are not about the ins and outs of making a baby. 4th grade health class talked about changes in our bodies, like maybe wearing a training bra, because girls are experiencing changes then. Things like using deodorant, washing your hair regularly, taking showers regularly, hygiene, what types of soap to use, what should you do if you get like acne, and online safety. Now, if you want to know where the preaching schmecks comes in, it's coming in through the internet, through social media, and gaming chat rooms. Our nurse asked these little girls if they'd ever been in a gaming chat room where they felt like somebody was trying to get information out of them, that were trying to groom them, trying to, sort of cut them out and say, hey, baby, where do you live? What school do you go to? Every single 4th grade girl in that class raised her hand. Every single one of them. Now the nurse said, what do you do? Well, the majority of them said, I just turn off the game or I get out of the chat room and I don't pursue it. About 5 of them, now these are 9 and 10-year-olds, had already made online personas that put them at least at 20 or 21 because the little girls said, if you're that old, they're not interested in you. And they use a different city to live in, usually where their grandparents lived. So they could say, oh yeah, I do know Joe's Pizza in Seattle. It's on 13th Street. It's really good. They've got great pepperoni pizza. That little girls are doing it that young because there are creepers out there is kind of sad. Now in 5th grade, they get a little more into changes in your body, but they're still not talking about how you make a baby. And we teach health class because although parents always say, oh, I'm going to talk to my kids about it, the majority of them don't. They're too embarrassed. They can't do it. That's why we've had schmecks education or health class for a really long time in the United States in the public school system. I had it in 1977. I went to the girls' health class at Mount View Grade School with my signed permission slip from my mother. I didn't learn much. I learned more from the Kotex box. So something like that is not something you vote for. The president does not say we're going to teach sex education to kindergartners, because we don't. That is set by an independent school district. You must be really stressed because of all that research. That's amazing that you have investigated that many school districts. I really appreciate your comment. You can keep commenting anytime. I love monetizing people like you. Bless your little pea-picking heart.